Hey everyone, here I want to talk about why Microsoft Xbox Series X is out of stock. Pretty much everywhere you look at, you get this annoying message, out of stock. So we're going to talk about this as to why this is. So I'm on the Xbox.com site here. I would like a Series X. I've got an Xbox One X, but I don't want to pay £700 from these dirty, dirty scalpers who keep stealing the stock, banging it up on eBay and selling it beyond the SRP. So let's talk about it, why it's out of stock, and then also how you might get hold of one if you're lucky. So you can see I've tried the default one. Go to Microsoft, see what they say. They say go to game. Game say out of stock. So why is that? Well, if you check that on the likes of Google, you'll get various stories. One of which, here's one from the Sun. This was done on the 2nd of February. So the good old Sun newspaper over in the UK. And it says that Microsoft has admitted it's facing significant shortages for the first half of the year. And it's because of this. AMD warned shortages on the chips. So inside this beautiful, giant, huge brick of a console is some serious graphical power. And the graphics cards are made by AMD. And AMD are struggling to meet demand. So they've got various cards that they're struggling to meet, basically all the new super duper cards for the Xbox, the Sony, which are custom ones, and then also for the PCs. They're struggling to just sort it all out. They're blaming COVID, of course, like everybody else. It seems to be a nightmare to get everything done at the minute, but you've got production problems, shipping problems. Obviously, they'll bring in stuff from other suppliers, and the whole thing has a knock-on effect. Now, of course, being February 2021, the Xbox has supposedly been launched for quite a while now, but hey, it's going to be old by the time we get it. There's also another story backing this up from Tech Radar, and it says again, lack of chips will affect supply. So it says going to continue till mid-2021 as AMD has warned exceptional demand driven by the pandemic. And driven by the pandemic will continue to affect its ability to produce Xbox Series X and PS5 chips. So there's a couple of things here that supposedly people are wanting to DOS more at home, so they want a better console to play on. So there's more demand for it, and also they can't produce the chips. I'm not sure I sort of believe the severe demand. I think it's more they can't produce a reasonable level of chips. So what about the scalping and stuff? What's going on there? Why is this driving things? Well, what's going on is as soon as stock comes in, and I'm going to talk about this in a minute. Let's do a little Google search for Series X. I'm going to do it in the UK because I'm based in the UK. But basically what you have, if you go to Google Shopping, which gives you, these are some of the bigger retailers, you'll see this Xbox Series X on eBay, 575. Now, if you want to pay that, you can. I resent paying that because when a console first comes out, the price tends to be, more inflated because you're a keen buyer, and then you see that price drop after several months. It tends to be a cheaper price point as demand drops. So I hate this, where scalpers buy the console at $450 and they bang it up to $550, $575. Now, if you want to go ahead and do that, by all means, but I just can't do it on principle. Even though I would like a Series X, I hate that idea that somebody is profiting over buying a console has no intention of playing it. So you can keep your dirty, dirty Xbox, your thieving scalper, and I hope you're stuck with it forever. Anyway, coming back to, so we could talk about why it's sold out. What about if you actually want to get hold of one? Well, what tends to pop up when there's something in demand is there's pre-orders available on certain ones. I did notice Currys have stopped pre-orders when I last looked at it. They're a UK retailer. But there's also several sites that help you try and find one. One of which is stockinformer.co.uk, which I think I've already got launched here. And this is quite a nice site that's linked to various sellers of the Xbox, and this updates regularly to give you an idea of where things are. Now, the trouble is, I've been keeping an eye on this. Yeah, go away, Dad. I've been keeping an eye on this, and the stock is very rarely in. You can see there's a bit more joy on the Xbox Series S. So if you're on an older Xbox and that's a fair upgrade for you, so maybe you haven't got an Xbox One X, maybe you just got default Xbox One, or you've got an Xbox 360, then that may interest you. So you can see there's some stock available here. The bad news is with the Series X, so you can see dirty scalpers on eBay and StockX as well, which is similar sort of thing. So all the other retailers know. Now, the Stock Informer also has a useful thing of history, and it shows you when stock was last in on these retailers. The one that really, really annoyed me, and I'm going to moan about them here, was eBuyer. Now, I had never bought from eBuyer before, but I noticed yesterday it flashed up in stock. Had a look at their site. It said in stock. It was a pack with the Series X, a game, and the an extra controller, 550. I thought, okay, 100 quid for a game and a controller. I can cope with that. That's not too bad. So I ordered it, and then about 10 minutes later, it said, "Oh, sorry, we haven't got stock." So even though their system said in stock and allowed me to buy, it was false. I then had to ring them because it said you can email us to say you don't want it if you want a refund, or you can, well, it basically said contact us. 28 minutes I was on hold to an 0371 number, so paying out some money to ring to that, and then not even an apology. It's just, "Oh yeah, we refund it for you." So I will never buy from eBuyer, even though it's a big company. You can stuff yourself. So even if they show stock, I would purchase with trepidation. Be very careful buying from them because they were lying. And I noticed on their Trustpilot page, and I gave them a stinking review on it, other people were moaning about things that were supposedly in stock, and then you buy it and it's not in stock. So naughty eBuyer. As regards to the other retailers, I've seen stuff flashing, but by the time you click on it and go there, boof, it's gone. I would love some of these retailers to do more pre-order things. I'm not quite sure why they're not. I know ones like Smith's were doing it if it was in stock, but not when it's out of stock. So I was quite surprised. Amazon have done nothing. They've got, just says not available. But then I suppose if you pre-order it and then it appears somewhere else, are you going to be stuck? Are any of these retailers going to get it? It just seems weird. There's no sort of helping system to help you secure one, and the scalpers, of course, nabbing them as soon as they can. So that's why there is no stock. That's where maybe you can get lucky and get a bit of stock, but realistically, it looks like about the middle of the year before demand and supply calm down enough for you to get one without by walking into a store or something like that. So I hope that was useful to you. If it was, give us a thumbs up, please. That's much appreciated. Any comments welcome. Have you managed to get a Series X or not? Are you finding the same kind of struggles as I am? Love to know. Have a look at the rest of my channel if you're an Xbox player, because I do various tutorials and gameplay videos on all sorts of games like FIFA 21, Fortnite, The Witcher 3, Cyberpunk 2077, and any other games that look interesting. So love to see your thoughts on those as well. Thanks very much.